Hey everyone, it's me, Christopher Splatoon of channel Tell Me More AAA. And today we have One Piece every week. One Piece every week. This is the theme of One Piece every week. So, today on One Piece every week, we're talking about Doflamingo versus King. Who's Doflamingo? Who's King? Well, Doflamingo is a warlord slash Tenryu Bito, celestial dragon. And King is a Lunarian that's a Yonko commander of Kaido. Obviously, they both lost their position because they ran into the Straw Hat crew and they got the business. One's a main villain, one was like a second main villain. I guess he was the second command to the main villain. Yeah, so why do I think this is a good subject? Why do I think this is something cool to talk about? Well, I was going to do Sanji versus Doflamingo, but I was like, it's a little too boring, just a little bit too boring. I could do better, just a little better, you know. So we have King, because Sanji right now is, I think, a little bit equivalent to King in a way. So that's why I think so. But we have King and Doflamingo. How would that go? What's the rapport? What are their abilities each? Well, for Doflamingo, I'll start off with him. He has the Hito no Mi, which is Ito no Mi, which he uses to control the strings and stuff. He has the string fruit. That's his stuff. I don't want to simplify it because I'm trying to make the video short, but what do I want to say about him? I mean, he's strong. It's not like he's weak. He's, on the upper tier of the verse, but he's not on the top tier. He's not a top tier, but he's in the upper tier. Heck, that's why I'm matching him up with Yonko. And be like, oh, but he did this against Fujitora and all that stuff. But Fujitora is Fujitora, bro. Like, sometimes I don't even know what to rank Fujitora. Sometimes I'm like, is he even an admiral? Like, at least Grimble is out here, putting the work on people, even though he got chased by, Shanks. But, we'll step away from admirals real quick. We don't want to get into no Admiral Yonko, Commander Admiral Yonko. Like, no, let's stay away from those. So, his abilities, control strings. Obviously, he has Haki. He has Conqueror's Haki, which is the Haki that is only a few special kings are given to. They can use it to turn off other people and stuff. But he sucks. Why do I say he sucks? He's strong comparatively. If you like you're a weaker person, he's strong. But I say he sucks, i.e., he doesn't use advanced conquerors. Like, he has an awakening, which is good. He trained his devil fruit good. I'll never say Doflamingo never got as good as he could with his devil fruit. He got pretty good. He could use it to fly with clouds and stuff by putting... It's essentially like Spider-Man, but his strings are invisible and stuff. He can use it to attach to clouds to fly and stuff. He can use it to cut people, obviously, slash stuff, cut buildings, cut a whole island. Which, if he uses this against King, I mean, King is not that big. King doesn't need to worry about that attack. So I forgot the name of it, but he doesn't need to worry about it. He can heat up his string to use to shoot people. He can shoot people with his string without heating it up. He can do a lot of things with his string. He can attach his organs in his stomach. Not really healing, but he can stitch them up essentially with his strings. He can create clones with his strings. So he's versatile. I'm not gonna say he's not. He's trash or this fight is like a wash or anything like that. It's gonna be super competitive. I just don't know if he can outlast King, because I'll give it to Doflamingo. Like, he was the test trial for Gear 4 Luffy, and Gear 4 Luffy is strong, but I want to say Gear 4 Luffy versus King. How do you think that would go? Maybe I'll do a video on that later. But I'm just thinking, I don't see Gear 4 Luffy having an easy time with King like that, the way he did with because look, if Doflamingo didn't have his awakening, let's be serious, the fight would have been over. If Doflamingo didn't have his awakening, the fight would have been over, because Doflamingo doesn't have advanced conquerors, so he can't really damage King. He doesn't have he doesn't use his conquerors to attack like that. Even if it does, I don't think it's gonna do much. He doesn't have he hasn't shown it. I'm not gonna say he doesn't have it. Probably has it, but he hasn't shown advanced armaments. Actually, he probably has. Imbuing, because he imbued his Haki into his clothes. So that's a lot. He showed the advancements in the other ones, I'm pretty sure. Probably observation too. I'm just not remembering it. But I don't see that. It's not like super IQ where he can see the future, or he's out here creating invisible shields and stuff like the Admiral. He's not like that. So I can't see something that he has that can totally destroy King. Like, King is a Lunarian. So let's go to King. With King, what does he have to worry about with Doflamingo? Maybe if Doflamingo like gets his strings in his mouth or something, his eyes, he could fuck up King. But again, like, King probably won't let that happen because, you know, he's gonna be like, oh, Doflamingo, oh, I need to fight you. But we have with King, his abilities are pyrokinesis. He can turn into a dinosaur. He ate the pterosaur fruit, I'm pretty sure, which he turns into a giant pterosaur, giant flying reptile. And he's already big. He's like 20 feet. While Doflamingo ain't small either. He's 10 feet. So, you know, just, I mean, 10 feet in between them. You know, he was ever 10 feet, but in One Piece, they're 10 feet. I don't know. Like, with him, his powers seem basic. Right now, I'm trying to figure out a way where Doflamingo can do damage to King. Because, well, let me explain. Lunarians can survive anything. King is essentially invulnerable. Then he has an ancient zone, which makes him even more invulnerable because zones in general are more they're more durable than normal people, and not just normal people, than normal devil fruits and other stuff, except, you know, Logias, because Logias can become intangible and all that stuff. But he's already durable that in his natural human Lunarian state. Then he gets the ancient zone, which makes it a lot more. Then it turns out he can control his durability and speed with his flames, and he can control flames and all this stuff. And he can use his wings to cut you. And he has some attack that shoots lasers by pulling his head or something, whatever that thing is. Whatever Oda was thinking that. I don't know what drugs he was taking, but whatever he was doing. Like, it doesn't seem super overpowering, but all those combined together in him, oh yeah, it's crazy. He's cracked a little bit. Like, just the fact that he can't get damaged, added with the fact that he has that much firepower, he's a little bit cracked. He's good at swordsmanship. He has a sword and stuff like that. So best bet is Doflamingo, getting him at a distance. But then again, my boy can shoot fire. Doflamingo. He's super fast. He can fly. He can fly without even turning into a dinosaur. Doflamingo can fly, but I don't think he's as fast as King. So that's kind of like, I'm gonna end the video right now or so. That's kind of how I see it ending. Like, Doflamingo, he's cracked, he's versatile, but he doesn't have any overwhelming weapons that can break King's defenses. And I haven't gone to King's Haki. He doesn't have conquerors or anything, but same thing as the normal Haki, advanced, yada, 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 advanced, what's called, armaments, probably advanced observation. I'm not saying the high grade stuff where they out here creating invisible, or maybe they do. Again, Oda didn't show this. Maybe King can see the future, but he didn't show it. But, I'm not saying necessarily that, but he does have an advance. He's had it for what, 40 years or so. He's been fighting with Kaido since it was like, what, 14? Since he was a kid, man. But yeah, just the fact that the way the person King's been around, the person he has to be second to, I just look at that. Then I look at what King can do individually. I'm like, okay, everything combined, his skill set combined, I can see him kicking Doflamingo's ass. Honestly, I could see, like, if you replace him and Doflamingo combat-wise, or if Doflamingo had King's abilities in Dressrosa, I don't know if Luffy could have won. Like, Luffy needs some either conquerors or advanced something to bypass those defenses. And, well, there you go. But yeah, Doflamingo loses at the most. If he doesn't get damaged right away, he gets outlast. I don't think he's gonna outlast King. King's gonna outlast him. But in general, King has more firepower, and Doflamingo's more big grand attacks. I think King can dodge, or they won't touch him because King's not big enough for the cage to hit him. Plus, he's too fast. Doflamingo is fast. He's not faster than King. I don't think he is. I mean, you guys will be like, oh, but he's the main villain. Yes, I agree, he's the main villain. But based on just what we see on this, I'll give it to King. Now, obviously, I think Oda's going to make Doflamingo a little bit stronger, similar to how he's made Crocodile stronger than what he was before. And with King, I don't know if he's going to make him stronger. Is there a point? So maybe not. But again, King's DNA helped the world government create the Seraphim. So think about that. King's clones are out here cutting up mountains and stuff. So I'm just saying. And yes, one of them is Doflamingo's clone. I know, but technically they have a kid together. They do have a kid together. Maybe that's what I should look at. Maybe when Oda reveals S Flamingo or something, I should be like, okay, this is who's more dominant, King's abilities or Doflamingo's abilities? Is he using the strings more? Is he using his Lunarian abilities more and the fire more? No, he can't turn into a dinosaur. None of them can. But yeah, that's the video. I give it to King. High difficulty, mid to definitely high difficulty, but I can't see him unless Doflamingo pulls out Advanced Conquerors or something. Then yes, he's kicking his ass. His awakening is not gonna help him. I can't see him touching King, or if it touches him, it's not gonna harm him. He's just gonna get up and be like, oh yeah, that hurt. Bink. So yeah, Doflamingo is gonna eventually just take more damage as the fight goes on, while King doesn't takes less damage, and he recovers faster, and he has more techniques for exploding. And he has a better skill set against Doflamingo than Doflamingo has a better skill set against him. His puppeteering thing, I don't think that will work either. I think either King's gonna burn it off, or his hockey's just gonna negate that ability. And yes, hockey does negate the strings. That's how it works. It's the devil fruit ability. But yeah, thanks for watching. This has been sorry, I'm a little tired, long-winded. Been talking for a while. This has been Tell Me More, and your host Christopher Splatoon, and One Piece every week, all that stuff. Like, sub, talking to comments. Who do you think would really win? If you think Doflamingo would kick King's ass or whatever, or vice versa, let me know, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.